Hey anglers, thanks for tuning in. You're watching In Deep on the Delta. My name is Steve Cooper. This weekend I had the opportunity to go down for the weigh-in at the BBT Northern Regional Team Tournament. May 1st, the fishing instructor Randy Pringle and myself interviewed the top 3 teams, and we went into detail what they did in practice, how they caught their fish, what they were looking for, and just a general idea of talking to these guys and getting them to open up and talk about why they were successful during tournament day. So we're going to get into that right now. Let's check it out.
I am in a 94 boat field on the Northern Division, BBT, and we're talking to the guys who took 3rd place of the tournament. They had 1953. How'd you guys catch your fish? And don't lie, you got to give some up, because we want to know how another angler can go out and blank, but you guys caught fish. How did you guys do it?
We caught most of our fish on spinnerbaits, some on speed trap, and a couple of drop shot fish.
All right, so that's great information. Let's go a little deeper. Spinnerbait, what size, color, and what kind of blades?
Probably half ounce. I think I had 2 willows on, white and chartreuse, windblown banks.
And did you do any pre-fishing?
We pre-fished around here, but didn't get much over here, so we ran to our secret spot. We saved it for today.
Secret spot. It's always been said you can't catch other people's bass. But what made the spinnerbait bite work for you on this day in particular? Was it the wind? Was it that bank was always caught spinnerbait fish for you? Talk to me.
I don't know, I think it's the wind, because we didn't really throw it yesterday, so he just kind of picked it up today and started smacking them on it, so I was like, alright. So I was just on after that. It was basically like a 2-hour window where we just filled the boat. Our whole limit came within like 2 hours.
So when you guys were thinking about I'm coming out here, what changes did you make from your practice day to this day? I mean, other than we're going to go to our spot, did you have any other idea on a plan that might help you guys put a bigger bag in the boat?
I mean, not really. We kind of were over here just looking for bed fish yesterday. We didn't have we got out late. We got out here at like 2. We got off the water at 6. So we didn't really do a ton of like hardcore pre-fish. We're saving a spot for tomorrow. So we didn't necessarily know what we were going to do until we got out there, and then we just kind of throwing everything until all stuck.
And you know, that's really good information. You're being honest, because a lot of guys that, you know, what was there, 95 boats, you guys are 3, there's 92 guys out there that were hoping they would be in your spot. And to be honest like that, a lot of guys are, if they're out there, they're thinking, well, what am I doing wrong? Well, sometimes it's just, I took a right turn, I took a left turn, and it sounds like this is one of these days that you guys took the right turn and you made it work for you. So.
Got a great team here, and they had a great day. They had over 19 pounds, taking 2nd place, and big fish of the tournament. This big old plaque right here. He caught the big one. How many pounds was that thing? Was it over 8 pounds here in the California Delta?
8 1/4, 824, I think.
Yep. How'd you catch that fish?
Psycho.
Yep. How deep of water was that fish in?
3 to 5.
3 to 5 feet. So, you guys have been doing this a little while. Did you guys pre-fish?
Yeah, I spent a little time on the water.
Okay, and so what made the pre-fish for you work this week?
Absolutely nothing.
No, you eliminated water!
No, actually, we had about 8 spots loaded with spawners. I'm not a good bed fisherman, but I've been running around the last 2 weeks doing nothing but bed fishing. Lots of big fish everywhere we're going. We were gambling today, saying, okay, which one's going to be affected by the wind, the tide, which ones are going to get hit by other boats. We ran to our first spot where I saw 2 or 3 fish in the 8 to 10 pound class yesterday. Blank, sat there for an hour, not a single fish. We decided we had to wait a little bit of time for the tide to drop, so we ran to one of the big dead ends. A lot of history to this dead end. A lot of big fish come out of there. We just kind of went there on a whim. First fish we pulled out of there was the 8 1/4. Second fish we stuck was 4 1/2. Pulled a couple more 2s out of there. We had all our damage done by about 9 in the morning, all on Senkos. None of the ones we weighed today were sight fish. They were all just flipping toolies, flipping rocks.
Rocks and toolies on non non-windy banks?
We both, live nearby, and this is our home water, and we both fish it constantly. We spend a lot of time out here, and yeah, we just, like you said, we just went to an area that we got history catching good fish just to kill some time, and got lucky. We caught 6 keepers all day.
Caught the right 6.
I'll give you 3 questions really quick. In your opinion, you guys are out here a lot. You don't need directions to the launch route, and you know how the Delta's been up and down. If you were giving advice to a guy that is coming out here, an average fisherman, I want to hear what you guys think the most important factor. Is it the time of day you're out here? You guys said you got them on a 2-hour bite window or a short bite window. The Delta's been famous for that short bite window. So is that the most important thing? Is it the area, either the time, the area, or the bait? What would you consider the most important?
With the Delta, there's so many factors. You got tide to deal with, you got watercolor to deal with, you got rocks, you got toolies. So there's really not. Every day is different. Right. You really got to just fish. What you're fishing. And you can fish anything from dirty water to clean water to deep to shallow.
That's something. Were you guys fishing? What was the clarity of the water that you guys were getting the big fish out of?
It was pretty stained. It was stained. Yeah. It wasn't super dirty, but it was stained for sure.
Yeah, and that's something that all year people have been saying. If you want to see big fish, go to the clear water. If you want to catch big fish, head to the stained water. Anything you'd have to offer to that?
No, it's kind of the same thing. Everything plays a factor. Although usually time of day is less important on the Delta compared to the tide. If you're fishing weeds, we had a spot that we went through today where we wanted the tops of that elodie to lay over, and it was a foot underwater. Yeah. And we blinked. So.
Yeah, so I guess what you guys are saying is the same thing that everyone else would say that knows what they're doing out here, especially on the California Delta. There's really no excuse for just time on the water and experience. You guys agree with that?
Yeah, it helps.
In a 94 boat field, California Delta, where big fish matter, the Northern Division of Best Bass Tournaments, these guys take over 20 pounds and take first place. You guys had a great day. Tell me how you caught some fish.
All finesse. That's it? No. We got it on wacky, literally wacky and drop shot. And I think our very last hole of the day came on a Texas rig.
How deep of water are you fishing?
I'd say anywhere from 2 to 8 to it.
What color worm?
Green pumpkin.
Green pumpkin. How big a worm? Are you talking a 4-inch, 6-inch, an 8-inch, 7-inch? What are you talking?
Oh, 6-inch. Yeah.
How big a weight?
None. Weightless.
I said it off camera, but I said dead sticking is the key. And you were setting it in there. You wanted to keep that bait in that strike zone.
No, I just sit it in there and just leave it alone. Literally, I let it fall to the ground. I take it up, fall to the ground. Take it up, let it fall to the ground. Don't.
Did you do the head movements? Did that help?
Yeah, actually. Yep.
Because I tell you right now, when you got technique like that, it's amazing. It's amazing.
I caught almost all my fish on just a wacky rig.
Was there specific banks you were looking for? Did you find fish? Did you pre-fish for the fish? I mean, you guys took first place. Did you pre-fish?
Yeah, we pre-fished. The bank that we fished it's a well-known area, and we had boats in and out all day long. We just kept running it back and forth, just kept reloading, and so we caught all the fish there. And our one big fish, 10 boats stopped and looked at her. None of them had the guts to go for her. So I don't know why they didn't try to catch her, but we did, and we got lucky and got her.
Yeah, weighed about 740?
Yeah.
That's a nice fish. If there was a team that caught 2 fish, and because they're like, oh, my water, there was guys all over it, that didn't matter to you?
Nope. No. It'll reload, and you just let it rest, come back to it. And did that all day.
And you know, that is so important, because a lot of people say, oh, he's on my spot, I can't go fishing.
Well, not today we can do that, but normally we say that. That's just our excuse.
Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, like you said, we just kept fishing back and forth. There was boats in and out. We were fishing spawn areas. We actually had
yesterday we found several fish. We saw one that was probably 10-pound range, and she wasn't there. We had 4 other fish that were probably 5 to 7-pound range. They were gone too. We had a 30-pound bag if we could have found them today, but they were gone.
I know if a guy went out there and he caught 4 fish over 10, he'd have close to 40 pounds. Is what I'm just doing the math, and that's what it looks like. But you know, I'm just saying. Got anything you want to ask him?
Yeah, this was a great interview because you know what I learned. I've been out there really grinding, and what I learned is I just don't have the guts to fish for big enough fish. How your pre-fishing was just so? Did you change anything from your pre-fishing, or you just said, hey, you know what? This is what we do. We know we're going to stick to it. We're going to go out and we're going to fish it, and it's going to pay off. Whether it paid off the day before or the day before that, we're going to go out there and put all our eggs in that basket. Or did you guys make some changes?
No, that's basically what we did. We figured out what we were going to do yesterday. We didn't have anything solid. We were going after some bedding areas that we knew of. As far as like what baits they use, we figured that out yesterday too. So
Anything that you want to add?
Our first spot, we got big fish fever, and we saw the big fish, so we thought we're gonna go there first. But the tide being so high, we run in there, got frustrated, and by that time the wind started happening, so that's why we left. We left that spot, went to our original first spot, and that's where we started catching fish finally.
Yeah, and you know that coincides with everything that I've been hearing in the last couple months. People are coming out and they're not catching fish at their first spot, their second spot. The next thing you know, everybody's getting happy feet and they're moving all around. But you guys proved today, you know, if you've seen fish in an area, you have confidence in that area, no matter what's going on. Fish your patterns, and it's not going to happen every day, but obviously today it happened for you guys, and I think that's kind of a good lesson for some of the newer fellows out here fishing. You don't have to cover the whole delta every day. You don't have to necessarily run the tide every day, but you have to have confidence in what you're doing. That's what you guys had. And whatever bait you're throwing, the bait companies can't sell you confidence, and that's something that you guys have that paid off today, so congratulations. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the interviews, and hopefully you're kind of getting the idea that even the most successful guys out here, it's just a difference of making a right turn or a left turn sometimes. Sometimes you can have a really poor practice session, but it's what you take out of that practice, what you learn in practice, what you observe, and how you adjust to the situations. And that's what really separated the guys that were on the podium cashing the checks to the guys that just, you know, couldn't identify what was going on and couldn't move with the moment or the day they were out there. So hopefully we're taking a look at what these guys do to be successful, and it's going to help us to be successful. If you like the interviews, let me know. Hey Steve, I want to see some more interviews like that, because it's helping me get an idea what other anglers are thinking, and I'll make sure that I'm out at some of these tournaments, and we'll do some in-depth interviews for tournament anglers. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and tell a friend. Until next week, we'll see you out on the water. Again, thanks for watching.